You see, first, we have to make sure that the Buddha is not a personal God. The Buddha also not a creator, but the Buddha is an enlightenment person. So the journey the Buddha practiced, not try to get into the Western paradise or some higher level on the earth or in the sky, but his final journey is to liberate the inner suffering fully. This is very humanistic, and this is particularly important for all of us. Yes, we are from different culture. We are from different religion. We believe different, and we follow a different worship or religion. But basically, as a human being, the most important thing is to liberate our own inner suffering. We want to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. Christian followers want to be happy, and Buddhists want to be happy. I believe all people want to be happy. And the Buddha teaches the way how to purify the karma. In Buddhism, we have three karma: karma of the mouth, karma of the mind, and karma of the body. When we purify our own karma, we become pure, and the inner peace will develop very strongly and permanently. So in Buddhism, the most important thing is to focus on the karma. So what is karma? Karma means volitional action or intentional action. For instance, if we do something with the intention to harm people, we create the very bad karma. We call unwholesome karma. But without intention, we hurt somebody, that's kind not the karma. Because the Buddha focused on the mind. With intention, you create the karma. Without intention, is no karma. Or the karma in different manner. But basically, the way that makes people suffering or happiness depend on the way how we purify our own karma, mental karma. And all kind of karma, the most principle is the mind. If your mind pure, fresh, peaceful, whenever you go, whatever you do, you feel happy with life. If something in your mind like anger, a little anger, or just a little anger with your friend or your family member, wherever you go, whatever you do, you feel unhappy. That's why the mind is the most important. We need to purify our own mind. This is the way to reach enlightenment. and to reach the holy life. So, for that journey, the Buddha, you go to the temple, you see that the Buddha, the baby Buddha was born. When he was born, there are 7 lotus under his leg, his feet. So the Buddha, according to the sutra, right after the Buddha born, he walked 7 steps, and immediately under his feet there were 7 lotus blossoms. So when we come to the Buddhism, we see all the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, everyone sit on the lotus or stand on the lotus. You see, like in the front of you, you see the Buddha in the Buddha hall right now. He still meditating, sitting on the lotus. This is the symbol. This is the symbol of Buddhism. Lotus, where the lotus roll, it's roll in mud. The lotus cannot roll in the mountain. Always in the mud. The mud is dirty, smelly, everything. But right there, right in the muddy pond, the beautiful, sweet lotus blossom. So this is the first message of the Buddha. You cannot go away from human suffering. You cannot go away from your own life in order to find happiness. So in the sutra, the Buddha teaches us there are 8 worldly conditions that turn the world around, that revolve the world around and around. Everyone were affected by the 8 worldly conditions. Pleasure and pain, gain and loss, fame and defame, praise and blame. There are 8 worldly conditions. Right now, you are 30 years old, you are 80 years old, or even older. We still were affected, were revolved around by that 8 conditions. Gain and loss, always in our mind. We gain something, we lost something. Pleasure and pain, praise and blame, fame and defame. So these 8 worldly conditions that turn human life, the world around, revolve around and around forever. Even if you have a chance to live for another 100 years. But we cannot control these 8 conditions. We still suffer. Believe me. Even we are monks, if we cannot purify these 8 conditions, we still suffer. Exactly like everybody else. Again, 8 worldly conditions, 8 worldly conditions, gain and loss, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, fame and defame. These 8 worldly conditions that revolve around the world, and the world revolves around these 8 conditions. So in order to be happy, in order to live peaceful, right in this life, we need to purify at least the power of this obsession. Why and how we can do it? The Buddha teaches 3 characters. For instance, gain or loss, praise or blame, fame or defame. Everything is impermanent. Everything is subject to change. Everything come and go. So when you think about any kind of successful in our life, everything from mental, from physical, from body, from the mind, anything, inside or outside, man or woman, young or old, everything is impermanent and ever changing. Thinking about us, we will lessen and lessen the inner suffering. We call the attachment, inner attachment. Something that happened to our life long time ago, but we still keep in our heart, keep in our mind, and we are suffered by that. So anything happen to your life, the Buddha recognize and recommend us think all kind of Dharma in our life, permanence, changing, come and go continuously. For that reason, for that meditation, we can lessen and we can control the disappointed, the hotness, the power of gain and loss, pleasure and pain, fame and defame, praise and blame. This is the 8 worldly condition. So today we celebrate the Buddha birthday. I hope that after this meditation retreat, every one of us will make our own lotus from our mind blossom. Even just a few seconds. It blossoms a few seconds and it's fading away very soon. But try to purify the mind every day. So whenever for instance, when you get angry with someone, and you sit down, you do some deep breath, and you thought, all kind of anger, like the feeling, all kind of feeling come and go. No feeling stay with you forever. All kind of feeling, whether it's happy or unhappy, all kind of feeling is impermanent. It's come and go. It's not you. The more you try to attach to it, the more you suffer. So today we learn how to make our lotus, the mental lotus or lotus from the heart, lotus from the mind blossom. By thinking everything impermanent, everything subject to change, nothing stay here forever. The only thing we will go with us is our own karma. If you smile, you respect people in this life, and next life, the Buddha said, when we reborn, we will reborn in a higher level. This life, if we have a generous heart, next life we will be rich, no more poor. This life, if we not build up the anger inside, angry, next life we will be very handsome or beautiful. This is the way of cause and effect. But this life, if we disrespect people, next life we will reborn in a very low level. This life, if we are so selfish, just think about ourselves only, next life we become poor. And this life we kill human being, we kill or we harm so many animals. Next life we go to the doctor every day. Even we die young. This is the rule of karma. And the Buddha said that nobody, even celestial being, it means being in the heaven, always also affected by the rule of karma. So a celestial being in the heaven, they don't stay there forever. If they live in the heaven, they create merit, and they will go until the day they become fully enlightenment. If they just want to enjoy the happiness in the heaven, after that, everything they run out, finish, they will come back to the human or even a lower level. That's why in Buddhism there are 6 destinations. The highest, heaven. So when people are doing good, when they die, they automatically reborn in the Western paradise or in own kind of heaven. This is the highest heaven. And after heaven, human. After human, asura. Because asura, they got power. They got supernatural power. But they always want to fight. You see, asura, they want to fight every day. Anytime they got a very wonderful supernatural power. But their life is fighting. Not rest like people, human being. Not do something good, create merit like human being. That's why they reborn in the asura. After asura, health. Hell means sense being, they live in suffering 24 hours, 24/7. 24 hours a day. So many days, so many lives. They live in suffering. This is called health. And after hell, hungry ghosts. Always hungry. And after the final one, animal kingdom. The animal, they lost fully wisdom. They just live by feeling, by instinct. They had no wisdom. So that's why the Buddha said that if we have a chance to study philosophy, to study the Dharma, to study the own kind of teaching, we will build up step by step our own wisdom. And this is very important. With the wisdom, you can enlighten yourself in this life and the life after this. So today we celebrate the Buddha birthday, and that's a few will introduce to you about the Buddha main message. Again, the main message of the Buddha is that everyone can become a Buddha, and everyone has the ability to purify their own karma. No one make you to become a Buddha. You make yourself a Buddha. And the most beautiful place is not in heaven, but in your mind. The most beautiful place in the world, not in heaven, but in your mind. That's why we try to, later on you will join us together to bathe in the Buddha. When you bathe, you use the water to bathe the Buddha, it means make our mind become pure. and you create the marriage, the connection for this life and next life. We become a Buddha, we reach enlightenment. So thank you very much for coming today. And now I invite Maurice to have a few words with everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Could I borrow that Prayer of St. Francis card? Thank you. So I was thinking as Ty was talking about karma. Those of you who know me know I did a sort of, for lack of a better term, a Buddhist seminary program years ago. And my teacher, Khai, who passed away almost 49 days ago, was talking about karma one night during one of our classes. And one of my fellow students said, "You know, I'm not sure I believe in karma." And Koyo goes, "Well, that's okay. You don't have to believe in karma." He said, "You know, there's a law of karma. It's not a thing. You believe in it or not." And he said, "But you know, gravity is a law too. You don't have to believe in gravity either if you don't want to, but I wouldn't try to ignore its effects." And so I think that's a good way of thinking about karma. And in Buddhist practice in general, it's not about what you believe in, it's about what you do. In fact, if you go to a Theravada temple, sometimes they'll use the word Buddha sasana instead of Buddhism, which means Buddha practice. You know, we think in the West, we think of religion in terms of sets of beliefs, but the Buddha didn't teach beliefs. He taught practices. And Buddhism is not unique to this, although we tend in the West to think of things in that way. But, you know, when years ago, I was wrestling with the question about whether or not I should believe in God and that sort of thing. Yeah, I grew up Baptist, in a Baptist family and Baptist communities, went to Baptist churches, all that kind of stuff. And then at some point, it didn't really quite fit me anymore. No disparaging Baptists or anything like that. I have some good friends who are Baptists, but I was kind of transitioning in my life, and I was sort of struggling with this question of belief. And I had started to practice meditation, and the first book I found that really laid out how to meditate in a good way actually wasn't by a Buddhist, although he's written about Buddhism, but it was called Passage Meditation, or that's what it's called now. Back then it was just called meditation. And the first practice that he taught was to memorize the prayer of St. Francis and to use that to center your meditation. And so I memorized this. I've forgotten it since then, which is why I had to borrow the card. But if you look at this thing, it's not, here's the 15 things you need to believe in. It's, if you want to wake up, it's a prayer, but it's kind of a vow. Make me an instrument of peace. Now what does that mean? Does it mean I walk around believing in peace? No. And he goes into detail. He says, where there is hatred, let me sow love. That's something you do. That's an act. We have 3 kinds of karma: actions of body, speech, and mind. So when I encounter hatred, let me respond with love. The 5th verse of the Dhammapada says that hatred can never be defeated by hatred. It can only be defeated by non-hatred. And it's interesting, the backstory on that is that there was these 2 women who years and years and lifetimes earlier had gotten angry at one another. One of them had caused the death of another wrongfully. And so the one who was killed, when they came back in their next life, the one who was killed pursued her to try to get revenge. And so they went through this lifetime after lifetime. Once one was a hen and one was a wolf or something like that, and that sort of thing. They kept chasing each other lifetime after lifetime. And finally, they arrived at the time when the Buddha lived. And one had been reborn the daughter of a nobleman, and the other was an ogre. And so the ogre was chasing the daughter of the nobleman, this princess. And they ended up at the gate of the monastery where the Buddha was staying. And so they were brought in to see the Buddha. And the Buddha sat them down and started talking to them. And he explained to them that you've gone through life chasing each other around, trying to get revenge on one another. And he said, hatred is never defeated by hatred. You can only defeat this by non-hatred. The only way to win is to stop trying to win. And so after hearing this and recognizing this, they set aside their animosity for one another, and they became friends. And that way they were able to get out of this cycle. I think that was his mic this time. The only way to get out of this cycle of causing suffering over and over again was to be friends. And so they were able to escape that. And so the Buddha said, hatred is never defeated by hatred. It's only defeated by non-hatred. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. Where there is sadness, let me bring joy. Grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console. And this is a good one too. You walk out of here and you go, wow, maybe I have a bad day. What do I do when I have a bad day? Look for somebody that you can approach and make their day better. There was a famous Zen master named Soen, and this famous exchange happened. He was during a meditation retreat, and he was meeting with one of his students, and the student was trying very hard to meditate, and his mind was just going all over the place and wouldn't settle down. You'll get to have that experience this afternoon. And the student came to the Roshi and he said, Master, I am so discouraged. I'm so discouraged. What should I do? And so when Roshi said, encourage others. This is a way we can purify our mind, is through purifying our actions. How do we purify the mind? We train the mind, but we also live a more enlightened life. People will come to me sometimes and say, how do you get enlightened? Live an enlightened life. What does enlightenment mean? It means living an enlightened life. That's where to focus on. Let me not so much seek to be understood as to understand. That's how you develop wisdom. Understand one another. Even people you can't understand them anyway. Let me not seek to be loved, but to love. For it is in pardoning that we are pardoned. This is kind of, when I was reading this back when I was young and having this struggle about what to believe in, there's this whole idea of forgiveness. How do you get forgiveness? You forgive. If you can recognize the suffering in others, and you can recognize that the things that they do that are unskillful comes from a place of suffering, then you can recognize that in yourself also. For it is in dying, if you want to Buddhaize this, it is in dying to the self that we experience eternity. It's not so much dying physically, it's in letting go of this idea that I have a self and that this self is important, and that I can identify it based on things that I like about myself or things that I don't like about myself, and make myself the center of the universe. If I can give that up, which is what you do when you say Namo Amida Butsu with a real sincerity, or when you bow to the Buddha with real sincerity, if I can let go of that, then I can experience oneness. And oneness is a lot better than selfishness, feels better, and it gets us farther. So anyway, thank you for doing the prayer of St. Francis. That was resonated nicely with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for your attention.
Yesterday we have a person, she want to become a Buddha. And the first step she involved is to be a Buddhist nun. And I do believe she very famous here in Khai. So may I invite Dharma, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, formerly known as Charlotte Henderson, she is now Dharma Shine. And also would like to introduce formerly known as Ron Henderson, Dharma son. Ron, will you please stand, please?
Invite him, please, sir.
What am I going to say?
Dharma son. Is that for you?
Okay, well, I didn't expect this, but anyway, our life has been a wonderful journey. My wife and I have lived through a lot, but we wound up here at White Sands. We love the place, and we want to dedicate the rest of our lives, which probably isn't very much, but the rest of our lives to the Buddha. So thank you for coming.
I love you.
I didn't expect this neither. But I just appreciate the opportunity that we have both had in the last 12 years. White Sands, the Sangha of White Sands is our family. We love it here. And as he said, we do intend to dedicate the rest of our lives to White Sands Buddhist Center. Thank you.
Well, the Master want me to say a few words. And today, as you know, the Buddha birthday, White Sands had too much happiness here. Don't you think? So you all come here together. Our Master come out from Dallas. The whole Shanghai here. The special event, as you see, we have 2 special members become a nun and a monk. Too much to talk about these 2 angels to me. Bodhisattva. On the Buddha birthday, it's nice to share with you what are they. 12 years ago, after attending the wedding of Ray, the MC, and they become a member of White Sands. Step by step, take 5 vows to become a Buddhist. Retire, sold the house, buy a little trailer, put it back there, to live there, to take care of the temple. Wife, Charlotte, run the gift shop, and Dharma son have been the official tour guide of White Sands since the beginning. What I say is official, our Master assigned him only one tour guide member. So he passed on the visitor about what we have here in beautiful way. And a few months ago, he made a virtual virtual tour guides. He's getting old now. He prepared for, to fade out, right? And actually beautiful. If you haven't seen it, someday you come back and ask him. You learn more. Anytime you listen to what he said, you learn more about what we have in White Sand. And White Sand is we operate here as the family. Our master, he's young, but he's the father of White Sand. And we are all the same family. We have our Sangha, our Suko, our monk. So we all here together to serve, to pray for you. On Buddha's birthday, I don't want to be the one talk too much. However, I share with you the information. So we hope you have the very beautiful spiritual type together today. We have more things to go. So I don't want that. Thank you very much. Listen to me.
Before we celebrate, perform painting the Buddha ceremony, now we sing a song, happy song, and please.
Our master loved this song, and we all love this song. So I'm glad to have Dharma musical, right? Dharma musical. So he is playing piano for us, and then we sing this song live. I see many of you was return here, so we sing along together. The new one, just learn how to sing it.
So
if you don't,
everybody stand up and we sing together.
Whenever I wake up, I feel happy. Aware of my eyes, I feel happy. Aware of my health, I feel happy. Because I have learned to look deeply. Whenever I walk, I feel happy. Whenever I sit, I feel happy. Whenever I rest, I feel happy. Because I have learned to look deeply. Here and now, here and now, here and now, the truth That's why I say the member love this song. We sing every Sunday, so we have chance, we will sing again. Okay? Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Xin tốt như hoa sen rạng ngời như bắt đầu. Xin quay về nương náu bậc thầy của nhân thiên. Sen quý nở đại giác ngộ, hào quang chiếu rạng mười phương. Trí tuệ vượt tầm pháp giới, từ bi thấm nhuần non sông. vừa thấy dung nhan điều ngự, trăm nghìn phiền não sạch không. Hướng về tạng dương công đức, tinh chuyên đạo nghiệp vun trồng. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni
So it's time for bathing the Buddha ceremony. I would like to ask the Dharma Musica sing the song. Before she sing, I would like to introduce you. Sally used to be a member like you. Come here, how many years ago you been?
I guess about 4 or 5.
5 years ago, and when one
Yes.
time I asked her who can play piano, she raised her hand and she come to play the piano for us. Since then, Stella has taken a vow to become a Buddhist, and then Sally has been involved with us a lot of activity. But the special thing is that she write the song for White Sand. I would like to ask you to sing the White Sand song to provide everybody. All yours.
There is a place full of love and grace and compassion for all mankind. No need to fear, for all are welcome here. We only seek peace of mind. White sands, white sands, white sands. As you walk through the grounds, pay close attention to the sound and what the wind whispers to the trees. You will be blessed when you put harsh thoughts to rest. May you be happy and well and at peace. White sands, white sands, white sands, white sands.
Please line up in 2 rows, please. Just come forward. Just grab a
White
ladle. Just come forward, grab a ladle. On
White
this side. You do it together. 2 at a time, it's fine. Who's this ladle?
As you walk through the grounds, pay close attention to the sound and what the wind whispers to the trees. You will be blessed.
You just
when
need
put
to,
harsh
just
thoughts
do
to rest.
one.
May you be happy and
Just
well
one.
and at peace. White sands, white sands, white sands, white sands, white sands, white sands. There is a place full of love and grace and compassion for all mankind. And no need to fear, for all are welcome here. We only seek peace of mind. White sands, white sands, white sands, white sands, white sands.
Sally also written the song Enlightenment. So
white sands, white sands.
lovely white sand. Yeah, you go ahead to sing the second song. You want to say something? Share with us, why you come up with enlightenment.
Well, I was asking when I was wanting to write a song for this. I had a friend.
Please, everybody can water from the shoulder.
Michelle, can you? Sorry, you go ahead.
Anyway, I was asking him, because I had just started coming here, and it was true. The first time I came here was actually on Buddha's birthday. And my husband and I said, let's go to the temple and see what it's about. And this place was absolutely packed. And Dr. Chow did say, is there anyone here that plays the piano? And I kept looking around hoping somebody else would volunteer. But I raised my hand, and I've been playing ever since. And I wanted to write something because when I first came here, I actually did Ron's tour, and I felt something when I came here. I just felt sort of peace, and I wanted to write the song, something for White Sands, so that's why I came up with the song White Sands. That's what it means to me, and I hope it means the same to you. The next one.
So as you water the Buddha, just water from the shoulders down, and all you got to do is just one scoop.
Sensei Morris was talking about hatred today, and the only way you can combat hatred is by love or just not acknowledging it. And that's what this song is about. It's called Enlightened Way. They say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Today that's so plain to see. If you want to see a more peaceful world, then it begins with me. So starting here and now, this is what I vow. Let your happiness out. Let your happiness in. Let it walk with you like it's your new best friend. Forget about tomorrow, don't think of today. Live your life a more enlightened way. Enlightened way. To find find happiness and harmony in this world, there's one thing I know. You must reach deep down inside of yourself and let that hurt go. So starting here and now, this is what I vow. Let compassion come out. Let compassion come in. Keep it always with you. Now pass it on, my friend. Forget about tomorrow, don't think of today. Live your life a more compassionate way. Compassionate way. Buddha showed us the way. Enlightened way.
after we do this, we're going to be cutting the Buddha's birthday cake. Yeah. Sukho will be doing a blessing. And so Sukho translated means sister. And this is Sukho An, our youngest nun. We have several traditions in our temple. Some of the monastics are celibate and some are not. Sukho An is a full religious, meaning she's celibate in her tradition and practice. So before lunch, so we have dessert before lunch. Oh, very good. It's my favorite. So Sukho is a Dharma teacher, Sister An, or Sukho An. She also does our tea ceremonies here once a month. If you're interested in registering for one of those, it's lasts about 2 hours, and it's a meditative tea ceremony. It's really beautiful. I encourage you to attend one of those. And they're done out here in our tea room, which is outside. It's the screen room just to the right of the temple here. Okay, Sukho is blessing. She uses mudras to bless, says her prayers, and does her 3 bows. Thank you, Sukho. Thank you, Sukho. Sukho An joined our monastery a couple years ago. Sukho, how long you been a monastic? When did you enter? 2 years here. But how long have you? Yes.
Like you interview her.
Yeah.
About 17. 17.
17 years?
Yes, 17 years.
So listen.